We got that guy. We got these things. Blue and red means that I would want to move you over here. Keep you there. Probably get rid of this guy. Because he would be good against that. We'll move something like this. No, red is going to be useless here. I think ZZZ might show improvement in their facial expressions. I hope so. But yeah, and I think it's also because not every character looks the same. That's probably why. When all your characters look the same, or you can just kind of copy and paste the face template, your characters end up looking duller and duller. I think that's just kind of like objective truth at this point in terms of games. Ooh, big damage. Whilst these games where every character has like a unique style or form of creation, I think you can expect a lot smoother, a lot better design in general. Go here and we'll attack this guy with this. I expect to be able to kill him with the big man over here as he is type countering. Okay. You need to not... Or maybe you're fine doing that. There's gonna be 3 of them there. I don't quite feel like fighting 3 enemies with 1 character, so we're just gonna pull back for a bit. Maybe pull back to there. Get rid of these things. You can't one-shot it, but we'll attack with her regardless. ZDPS. King, you're a schming. Just thought I'd tell you that one. Just thought I'd hit you with a bit of an information. The biggest schming I've ever heard of. Usually everyone have the same general face as brown here, but good thing there's even a guy with a mustache, which is extremely rare in gacha games. Well, facial hair in general is rare in gacha games, so... Seeing hair on young people's face, apparently, it's just not existent in gachas. So she just needs to get to that point there. It's a culture thing. Doesn't matter if it's a culture thing, dude. It's a game. Facial hair exists on people that aren't... Also, actually, it's a culture thing if the game was based on where the culture is. Not all of gacha games are based on Asia. For example, Honkai is based on Europe. Not a single character with facial hair except Siegfried. Or Sig, whatever the fuck his name is. So you can say it's a culture thing, but also when it also doesn't line up, you kind of have to point it out. For example, you know, if you looked at Genshin's Liyue and Inazuma and there wasn't facial hair, okay, understandable, because, you know, facial hair is, like, not as big of a thing in Asian countries, or specifically Japan and China, from my understanding. But when you have a game like Honkai, where it's based in Europe, for example, Auto Apocalypse and the Valkyrie and Schicksal, it's all German. It's a bit sus for someone to not have facial hair. It's a bit sus for someone to. And the closest we have is Welt Yang, who has an ounce of facial hair. I wonder if they'll add a bald guy, like a goated bald Kratos. I hope so. That would be fucking epic. Alright, let's go. I'll give my thoughts in just a second. They'll be positive if I get the character, they'll be negative if I don't get the character. It's that simple. If I get no character, I hate the game. If I get character, the game's alright. Game sucks. Game's dog shit, dude. Game's dog shit. No, genuine opinion, I really do like this game, and that's the reason I'm playing it on the Korea server just briefly. Because this is the only time I'll play the game. I'm not going to be playing it after this stream at all. Unless it's like a small revisit after they updated some cool system or something like that. I will most likely not play the game again after tonight because I would rather play on the global server, as that's where I will want to play it. But it's fucking great. I've enjoyed this game so far a lot. I've enjoyed it incredibly a lot. It's I like the reason I'm playing it is because I like the gameplay. That's pretty much all it is, really. I just like the gameplay. I like a game that kind of is different. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoy this game. Like, final opinions, I think the combat is probably this game's strongest suit. As for story, I haven't paid attention, but it just seems to be like a classic reincarnation story. Main characters like maybe a descendant story. It's like the main character's a descendant of like the ultimate hero or some shit. And it's just kind of that kind of story. You follow your journey as you use like this. You're like the only character that uses this one weapon type. What's it fucking called? How do you even get to the archetype stuff? Is the memoir? I fucking forgot how to get to the thing. How do you get to that specific UI again? You can view the characters. Is it here? Picture book? Yeah, here you go. He's the only character that uses this fucking weapon, whatever the hell it's called. What is this? Actually, what is the weapon called? A sword bow? Yeah, he's the only character that uses a fucking sword bow. And yeah, it's a story-wise, I don't fucking know how strong it is. I'll pay attention when it comes out in global. But the gameplay is fun. The systems seem good. Customizing your character seems pretty in-depth, as every character has a characteristic tree which goes quite deep, and you can kind of build it, you know, your character in various different ways. And you have runes, which I haven't even unlocked yet. You have equipment, which is just you've got to take the highest rarity equipment that you have, and leveling the character is quite simple and quite straightforward. You have different combinations. You have warriors. You have elements. You know, each character's water, fire, lightning, darkness. Where is darkness? Darkness, or you have light and then nothingness. I'm not sure if there's any nothingness characters. What else is there? Some characters have multiple skills and abilities, I'm assuming. Like, this guy's got a passive that you'll have at a certain point through the characteristic tree, and then you have to unlock other ones. Like, this is like another skill that you get. And so it's all great and all amazing, in my opinion. There's a lot of customization and whatnot that you can do once you get into the game. So I think, like, great-wise, it's great. That's all I'm saying. It's great. Growing game story is usually not that fun. Some can be fun, but it's 2 words for a simple explanation. Yeah, that's what I've noticed as well. And so story-wise, you know, if you're interested in it, go for it, but it's not going to be incredible. And I think there's a lot of systems that I'm yet to unlock as well, like the Promised Neverland we've only just unlocked, which is the housing system. And so there's probably much more to unlock and a lot of story components. You know, in terms of, like, grindability, let's say. What is there to grind? Like, once you start getting into the replayability, it's like, well, you got boundaries, this stuff. I'm not sure if this is weekly resetting or, you know, if this is a one-time playthrough thing, but you got a lot to do here. There's a fuck ton of stages, and each one you have to do a bunch of times. General difficulty, and then you have other high difficulties and whatnot. And then you have whatever the boundaries of a section or some shit. This is your like armor refinement grinding daily stuff. Come in, get armor refinement, weapon refinement, helmet refinement materials, then other stages are unlocked. You know, furthermore, you get actual equipment banners, you get runes, you get academy materials, gold experience, so other things, and you have a special one, Tower of Shade. So there's a lot of shit to do, a lot of grindability, and then the Space-Time Stadium, which we only just unlocked, which is the PvP, which, to be quite frank, I think these games, from what I read on Pridewin, the PvP is not, like, wasn't, like, open to actual player versus player on launch. It was left to AI because, well, you know, pay-to-win players would just instantly win. But the PvP is essentially turn-based RTS. So that's how it is. It's honestly pretty good. It's a pretty good format for PvP. So that's that. And then the story takes you across this whole storyboard here, where you'll probably traverse many different areas and explore many different regions and do a lot of different fun stuff and whatnot. It's got kind of like a nice little bit of a arc where you can teleport around and do a bunch of other shit. And then also you can get a free, very attractive lady. So that's a bonus, right? Dimension, I would rate 8 out of 10. 8 out of 8 in gameplay, and the remaining 2 out of 10 for the other stuff that I felt meh. Yeah, I would give this game right now a solid, as of my knowledge, and you know the 2 points that detracted because I just don't know it. It's about like an 8.5 just because I like the gameplay and it's unique to me. I don't know any other game right now, gacha game in the market, that has this style of gameplay. There may be other ones, I just don't know them. But another thing that gives it bonus points in my books is that it's a game that's taking a risk on having its own launcher. And if you take a look at it, not many gacha games do that. A lot of gacha games just say, play through emulator. And it's like, well, the emulator experience is fine, but it's pretty fucking meh, right? It's doable, but I would like something else. So it's a game that's taking a risk with its own launcher, and that for me is bonus points because, well, you're taking a risk. And then, yeah, art style or gameplay? Like, which one I prefer more? The gameplay. I know which one feels unique to me in terms of the art style or the gameplay. Oh, it's the gameplay. The art style is not unique, no. The art style is just a 3D anime. That's all it is. Whilst the gameplay is... No gacha game has the Divinity Original Sin gameplay, or the XCOM gameplay, as some would call it as well. That's essentially what this gameplay is, XCOM/Divinity Original Sin. No other game really has this. Whilst the art style is like, you could easily like assimilate it to Genshin or Honkai very easily. Just feels a little bit more refined, but that's about it. And that's that. That's really all it is. I'm not going to play this game, probably, after this, until its official global launch, which I will be following very attentively. Hopefully it's within the first, like, half of this year, maybe hopefully first quarter, you never know. But I will be following it attentively, and when there is more information about it, there will be a Discord section added to our Discord, or my Discord. So, there'll be a new section and whatnot added, but yeah. And I think because it's a Korean game, the character design is also fucking immaculate. It's fucking great. But yeah, that's gonna be that, guys. That's the end of the stream, and that's the end of Archland for now.